This is a bit of a jump scare because I'm not wearing any makeup, but I wanted to do a really fun, chatty get ready with me, and I was asking people over on my Instagram, what should I name this video? Because I want to talk about what I'm currently reading and watching and loving while I try out some new makeup that I got, and people were saying you could call it a chatty get ready with me, a current consumptions video, and I thought I would mix it together and do a get ready with me while I talk about things that I'm currently consuming in the media landscape. So the reason why I wanted to do this video is because Versed kindly gifted me some new makeup to try from their new line, and my best friend also gave me a new eyeshadow palette, so I thought it would be fun to combine those two new things that I have in my makeup drawer to do a chatty get ready with me while I talk about everything that I'm currently consuming. So let's get into it. I think I have enough on my list that I wrote down where I can talk about one thing per every makeup item that I use, so let's kind of do it that way. But before we get started, I think I need some water because I'm like so thirsty, so let me get back to you. So before we get into the Versed makeup and the new eyeshadow palette that I want to try, let's start with the makeup that I always use on a daily basis if I'm putting on makeup. All of my makeup can fit into this pouch because like I'm not the biggest makeup person. I pretty much do like the same routine every single time. My eyeshadow may get a little bit fancier on certain occasions, but because I'm only really getting ready to go watch Severance with Sarah and then have a sleepover with Sarah and my best friend Marg, I don't have to do like a crazy makeup look. It's mostly just me wanting to try out these products, so we're going a little bit casual today compared to other looks that I've done. So let's start with the eyebrow gel. This is from Kosas. It's called Airbrow, and I'll be honest, I use any eyebrow gel because my eyebrows are kind of thick, so I only use a clear eyebrow gel. And while I put on my eyebrow gel, let me tell you about what I'm currently listening to, because I'm currently listening to Keke Palmer's memoir, Master of Me, and I have like 30% left, and I'm loving it. I've seen some Goodreads reviews that complain that it's more of a self-help book than a memoir, and I get that, but I think that Keke Palmer is a purposefully private person, and I think the way that she presents her life in this memoir is both insightful but not oversharing. And I think that's just like the trait of a Virgo. I think that Virgos are a little bit more private about their life, like Zendaya and Beyonce, and that's what Keke Palmer is doing. So she's not only sharing a little bit about her life, not going into too much detail, but primarily this is a memoir kind of going through the lessons that she's learned in life and the wisdom that she wants to pass along to her fan base. So I'm finding it really fun to listen to. I love her narration. I just love Keke Palmer. I've been a fan of Keke Palmer since Jump In, her movie on Disney Channel. I think she's such a cool actress. I love her energy. I love how positive she is, and I really enjoy the fact that she's delving deeper into the Keke Palmer persona that she has and how that's all a very strategic performance for the audience. Everything that she does is with her business in mind and with her personal brand in mind. And I love learning about her process and how she maneuvers through Hollywood and how she does a bunch of different projects, and she's not afraid to try new things. And it's really inspiring to really believe in yourself, because that's primarily what she's focusing on. Like, you are the master of your own fate, and you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, who will? I think I have an hour left, so I can probably finish it by the end of this weekend because I'm filming this on a Saturday, and I think it's a really fun memoir. Even though people complain that she's not sharing much about her life, I feel like she doesn't have to, because everything that she presents to the public is what she wants you to know. She's not sharing too much, and I think that's really important. As someone in the limelight, you get to pick and choose what the public knows about you, and if she wants to keep certain things private, that's totally within her right to do so. So I don't know why people are mad about that. I feel like that's like stepping over the boundary that she created with this novel to want more from her. Let me put on my glasses so I can properly show you this. The Versed package is amazing. I love Versed. They always give an amazing headband, which I might put on while I put on the makeup. And their line has 4 new products. So they have their multitasking brush. I don't really use brushes when I put on makeup, but I might try it out just for this video. They gave me their multi-serum skin tint with SPF 40, which I'm very excited to try out because I have not worn skin tint in years. I think since college, and I graduated college so long ago. Oh my god. They also gave me their new blush, which I'm really excited about because I wanted a new blush stick. And then they gave me their tinted lip serum. So we're gonna put on all of this to try it out. And let's start with the skin tint, which will be a little bit scary because again, I have not worn skin tint in forever. Does that look okay? Guys, I cannot see you. You're so far away. My prescription is pretty bad. Every time I compare prescriptions with friends, I'm like, damn, I'm the person with the worst eyes out here. So while I experiment with this, let me tell you about what I read, which was Lost and Lassoed by Lyla Sage. This is the 3rd book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, which is an adorable cowboy romance trilogy, not trilogy, saga. I think there's 4 books. This one is my favorite book in the series. I had so much fun with it. We follow, God, I already forgot their names. I should remember their names. Like, are you kidding me? I just finished the book. Honestly, the Goodreads challenge page tests my patience. Why do I have to click 5 different things to get to the book that I just finished? So we follow Teddy Anderson, who is best friends with the main character from Done and Dusted, which is the 1st book in the trilogy. And she always has a rivalry with Teddy's older brother, Gus, and they never really get along. Oh god, I have not used a brush in forever. This is crazy. But I think this color would be a lot better in the summer. Anyway, back to Teddy and Gus. Gus is a single father and he needs a babysitter for his young daughter, and Teddy just lost her job, so of course she becomes the babysitter for Gus's child, and they fall in love on the ranch. And truly, I think that Lyla Sage gets better with every single book that she puts out. Done and Dusted was a little bit sparse for me. It felt like the narrative didn't have as much description and detail and introspection, and I knew that she could get better as a writer. With every book that I read in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, they've gotten better and better. The second one is my least favorite, mostly because I didn't care about the characters. I just didn't find them that interesting, but I loved Teddy. I loved Gus. I love a single dad romance. I love a forced proximity romance, and I thought that it was so cute, so heartwarming. I really like this skin tint, guys. I didn't even put a lot. I put like a pea size amount, maybe even a little bit less, and it fully covered my skin. This might be my new favorite thing. If I say that this goes on really nicely, it goes on very nicely, because usually whenever I put like foundation on, my skin is always like so dry and you can feel the separation between the foundation and my skin, but this went on so smoothly. I'm so happy with it. And I really love Lyla Sage's books. I find them to be so entertaining. They're like my candy in between nonfiction and literary fiction, where I want something a little bit lighter, a little bit less taxing to read, because some of the books that I read are like really dark. So every time I pick up a Lyla Sage book, I always know it's going to be bright and airy and fun. And I really loved Lost and Lassoed, and my friend has been wanting me to read that for months now, and I'm really glad that I finally got around to it. Oh, also, let me tell you the tint or the shade that I'm in for the verse. I'm a 5N, N as in narwhal. Now I'm putting on some NARS concealer. This is in light 2.5 creme brulee. This is like nearly finished, but it's not enough that I can justify throwing it out. So I continually use it, and it never seems to end, even though like it feels like it's ending. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, I refuse to give up on this bottle because I know I can scrape a little bit more from the edges of the tube. So that's still holding on strong. Is this, can I use this for concealer? I don't know, I'm not a makeup guru. If I'm doing anything wrong, don't tell me. Like, you're just gonna hurt my feelings, and if it's not like constructive, don't tell me. I put my concealer on my eyelids so I could put on the eyeshadow, and it seems to stick because I don't use a primer, because again, everything that I use fits in this bag, so it's not a lot here. I also got a book in the mail. Let me show you. We're gonna keep talking while I walk around my room. Guys, I'm so excited about this book. I got Isola? Isola? I have no idea how to say this, but I'm really excited about this because one thing that I love is a book or a movie set on a remote island where people are trying to survive. So Isola is a book that I've seen around on Goodreads a couple of times for people's like most anticipated 2025 books, and we follow a woman named Marguerite who is destined for a life of prosperity and gentility, but when she befriends her guardian servant and the two develop an intense attraction, their relationship is discovered and they're brutally punished and abandoned on a small island with no hope for rescue. Marguerite finds herself at the mercy of nature as weather turns, blanketing the island in ice. She discovers a faith she's never needed before. I for some reason just love a survival story. I think it's so compelling. I love when people are isolated from society and there's like usually only one other person there, and against all odds they try and survive. It's just something that really calls to me. I think it's because of Lost. Lost really got me on that train, so Penguin Random House kindly gifted me a copy of Isola to read, so I'm hoping to read it as soon as possible because I'm really excited about it. And I forgot that I'm doing my makeup, so let me continue. Let's get to the eyeshadow because I keep on getting distracted. I just love people being stuck on an island. I personally would hate for that to happen to me, but it's something that I love to read about. So if you have any recommendations, please put them down below, and do not recommend Hatchet to me. I have read Hatchet in middle school and it was an alright book. I swear every boy in high school loved Hatchet and it was like the classic boy book to like, and I was like, okay, it's not that good. So let's get into what I'm currently watching. So I'm obviously watching Severance. Severance has completely taken over my life. I tweeted out on Threads that I feel personally obligated to save this fictional town as if I live there. Like, I'm fully stressed out about the situation. I think the entire town in Severance is under the control of Lumen, and I keep telling my friends that theory and they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, guys, listen to me. Everyone in that town unknowingly is a part of Lumen, because the series is bringing up so many questions and we're barely getting answers. And I'm like, are we gonna have to wait another 2 years for another season? Because I can't keep doing that. I cannot keep waiting 2 years for another season of Severance for a show that's like relatively easy to film, considering they only film in like one building. I know it's more difficult than that because I can appreciate the technicalities of what it takes to film a show. But you know what I mean? Like, compared to House of the Dragon, Severance seems like an easier show to produce. I'm like, I don't want to have to wait another 2 years for answers. But in the meantime, I've been reading the Lexington Letters and the UUR by Rickon, who is a character in the show. And what I love the most about Severance is the transmedia storytelling that they're utilizing. So transmedia is expanding a story beyond the specific medium that the story was created in. So a good example is Star Wars. It started out as a movie series, but then they made video games, then they made TV shows, then they made books, then they made tabletop games, and you can continue expanding the world through those different mediums. And I think that Apple utilizing Severance and allowing you to go on Apple Books to read about the Lexington Letters and to read about the UUR is really innovative, and I think that a lot of shows should utilize that way of engaging with fans because it allows you to expand the story and it allows you to stir up even more conversation in a way that really engages the audience. The Lexington Letters, I thought they were very compelling. I think if you are a fan of Severance, you should be reading the Lexington Letters because it kind of crops up specific questions and specific facts that I think is important to the plot. I don't think it's frivolous for them to have released that. It made me view what Lumen is doing in a very different light. Oh my god, this is so glittery. I did not. Oh my god, do you know who I look like? I look like the girl in the backseat of the car with the sparkly eyeshadow, where she's just like, you know what I mean? I'm just having fun. because I haven't really tried this eyeshadow before. And again, if I'm doing something wrong, like, don't tell me. You're gonna hurt my feelings. But the Lexington letters, let's go back to that. I hope that they release more stuff in between seasons to kind of keep the fan base going, to keep them theorizing. And I love the different theories that people are sharing on TikTok specifically. I think some of them are like pretty illogical, and I'm like, are you paying attention to the show? I have no idea. But some of the theories that I've seen are very compelling and are theories that I would have never thought of before. And I just keep wondering where they're leading to in the show. And I also wonder how many seasons they're hoping to have to wrap up the entire show. I feel like I could put more eyeshadow onto my eyes. So let's keep going. Let's keep packing it on. As for the UUR, I read it, and I think that Rickon Hale is such an interesting character, and I think he's a larger player at hand in the world of Lumen. If you have not watched Severance, I'm sorry, like, I'm really getting into this because I really care about Severance. It's like one of my new favorite shows ever. And I think that the UUR, his book that he wrote in the world of Severance, I think it plays a very large role in the plot, even though the chapters that they've released so far to the audience, us, isn't that compelling, but they did hint that they're going to release more of the UUR, and I think the more that gets released, the more we're going to find out how Rickon is connected to Lumen. I think he's very much in cahoots with Lumen. I do not trust him. I don't understand why Devin is in a relationship and had a baby with this man, because he's so deeply mediocre. He gives me Jim Jones vibes. He gives me cult leader. He gives Ponzi scheme vibes. And I just feel like Devin is so much cooler than him. And I'm like, why are you with him, my girl? Like, why did you have a baby with him? I don't understand. It makes me like a little bit upset to see such a cool character have such a mediocre husband. Now let's go on to mascara while I still talk about Severance. I don't think I'm smart enough to have like a true theory about what Lumen is up to, considering the fact that they make so many different products. Like, they make deodorant, they make like, what else do they make? I have no idea. I just don't know what Lumen is up to. Please feel free to share your theories about Lumen down below, because I love seeing people theorize about Severance. Love a show that makes you think, hence why I love the show Lost. What else am I watching? Oh my gosh. White Lotus came out. We're only on episode 1 when I'm filming this video, so we only got an introduction to all the people on the hotel premises. And I don't know how I feel about the cast, but I think that the family is very interesting. The dad, the wife, and the 3 children. They're giving Game of Thrones vibes. And if you know, you know. I think that something Game of Thronesy is gonna happen with those 3 kids. And I'm a little bit scared. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Why are you acting so weird on episode 1? And also, am I losing my mind? But I'm pretty sure that they said that they were going to stop the White Lotus after season 3. Why are they already talking about where they're gonna set season 4? I thought they previously, 2 things. I thought that they said that they were gonna set season 3 in Japan, and I googled, and I'm right. You cannot gaslight me. That happened. And then they said that they were going to stop making the White Lotus after season 3, but now they're going to make more seasons. I'm not mad, but I'm confused. Why do you keep lying? Everything they say, they backtrack on like 2 months later, and I'm like, get your head in the game. White Lotus season 3, I don't have many thoughts about it because, again, only 1 episode has come out, but I love the setting. I think the hotel is like my favorite hotel of all 3 seasons. I think it's gorgeous and so full of nature and life, and it's beautiful. Like, if I had to pick which White Lotus to stay at, I would stay at season 3's White Lotus in Thailand. And I'm excited to see how this season plays out. I'm excited to see how it connects to season 1 and season 2. But I do wish that they had made it release in the summertime, because it just feels so weird to release a White Lotus season in February when it's snowing outside and it's dark and desolate and you're in beautiful Thailand. I think the vibe would have been so much more exciting to be able to watch this during the summertime. Let's see what it looks like on my skin. It feels a little bit pink. Oh, let's kind of put it on like this. I was gonna swipe it on, but I'm a little bit scared. Let's do this, and then let's use the brush. Oh my god. Okay, it blends out nicely, so. But the last show that I'm watching that I'm obsessed with is Traitors, the 3rd season for the American show. Oh my god. Genuinely, I think this is the worst Traitors that we've seen. My family and I watch it together. I think that the Traitors are just such a mess. Usually, I'm very impressed by how cohesive they are and how they can work together to undermine the faithfuls. But this season's Traitors is a true mess. Like, they are not good at being traitors, and it's so messy. And we have 3 episodes left, and I just really think that the faithfuls are gonna win this season. And if you don't know what Traitors is, it's a really fun game show. They have one set in America, the UK, New Zealand, and I think Australia. We follow like maybe 20 people who go to a castle and they play games every single episode. But of all the 20 people, there are 3 people who are chosen to be the traitors. They know who each other are, but nobody else knows that they're traitors, and every single night they get to pick someone to kill off. And the faithfuls, who are the rest of the people, have to figure out who the traitors are, because if by the end of the show there's still one traitor, they win all the money that they have collected together by playing all these games. So it's like a mixture of Survivor meets Clue, and it is so fun. I think that the UK show is my favorite because the American show, they always use reality stars, and I'm not a big fan of the reality stars. They're so fake. They're not as cunning as the UK show, because the UK show, they just cast random people, and I feel like that sense of urgency is a lot more present in the UK show because these people genuinely need this money to help change their lives. Meanwhile, in the American show, I'm adding more blush, they already have money. They don't need the money the way that the people in the UK need it. That one is just so much more fun. I'm rooting for the faithfuls to win. Usually I'm rooting for the traitors to win because I think it's a lot of work to try and undermine an entire group of people, and I think that that amount of lying is very impressive as someone who doesn't know how to lie that well. This time I'm rooting for the faithfuls. Lastly, we're going to use the Versed Tinted Lip Serum, and what color do I have this in? I have it in the color Bake, I believe. It's a brown color, but I did try this one on before I filmed this video, and it's more like a nude, I would say. I think I need a pinky lip color to go with the purple eyeshadow. I think the brown is just not the vibe. So let's do my classic Merit Beauty pink lip, which you always see in my videos. Let's just put it on top. I think the pink is a little bit better with the purple. That's what I've currently been reading and watching and loving, and I hope you enjoyed this really chatty get ready with me. I feel like it was all over the place because whenever I do 2 things at once, my train of thought is all over the place. I had fun trying out the eyeshadow palette. I really love this tinted SPF. I think this is going to be a new favorite of mine. And what's fun about Versed is that I believe every single product is under $20, so it's very affordable, which I enjoy. So I'll be sure to link the products down below because I do have an affiliate link. So thank you so much to Versed for sending me these products to try out. This is not sponsored at all. I just wanted to be able to try out the products and do like a chatty get ready with me, and I'm really happy with how the look came out. I also tried out a new curl cream and I don't know how I feel about it. I think I just styled my hair a little bit bad today. I'm so excited about all the shows that I'm watching. I cannot wait for Traitors to finish. I want to know if the faithful win this season. I cannot wait to see how Severance ends and whether or not we have to wait years upon years for another season. And let me know what you're currently reading and currently watching, and if there are any shows or books that I should be adding to my read or watch list, because I need new shows to watch. I want a show that makes me think, that makes me theorize as much as Lost and Severance does. I want cute books to add to my TBR that feel as light and fluffy as Lost and Lassoed. I want books that are set in remote places like Isola. And as always, if you want to follow me anywhere else on social media, all my links are down below. I post a lot on Instagram if you want to follow me there. And I hope you enjoyed this chatty get ready with me video. Let me know if you want me to do more in the future. That's all I really got. I hope you have a great day and I will see you very soon. Bye!